Ghost spot, sold out, water boiling, 4 pots, stovetop, 3 rings, 4 chains, earring, blue watch.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, Steak and Sauce family. I am one half of the dynamic duo, Antonio Clavin. You already know who the other one is.
You know, Big D now, DJ D now. You know, when I get my DJ table and I start scratching. My name's Derek Nowlin. This is the baddest podcast in the land, Steak and Sauce Podcast. If you don't know, you definitely should. Take a second right now, if y'all can, go and hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we drop our new content. And as always, we appreciate y'all. We have an amazing guest here today, a longtime friend.
Sir.
He's a legend, Mr. Joey Akers. Everybody give it up for him.
Thank you.
Joey, how you doing, brother?
Pretty good, baby. Pretty
Good. How was the drive over here?
It was a little entertaining.
Okay, all right. What happened?
I was running late on the way over here, and allegedly ran a stop sign.
Allegedly ran a stop sign. Okay, all right. We don't want to incriminate ourselves. Okay.
And a couple blue lights flipped on real quick. I had to hit the dip out and come down in the cut and hide for a minute.
Yeah. So you took a little trail right quick somewhere in Christiansburg.
Got out of the car, stood out.
Yeah.
Waited for them lights to go by again. I was good.
Yeah. County Mountie.
Smart man.
Yes, sir. That's good. Well, man, we're glad to have you here today. We got a special show. We want to give a shout out to Twins Pizza in Dublin, Virginia. They've been continuing to sponsor us. You can find them at 125 Broad Street in Dublin, Virginia for the best pizza, wings, and experience. Go hit the Twins up at Twins, all right? And as always, we want to give a special shout out to Mr. Weston here, the man with the plan, the brains behind the operation. You can follow him at carmack.media on IG. Also, we'll shout out Scott Bunn at Remax 8 for all your housing needs. Continue to hit him up and continue to support his channel on Finding Your Place on YouTube. So continue to support these guys. They're awesome guys. So I wanted to kind of start this out a little bit different, right?
All right.
So what I did is I went ahead and I printed out some lyrics for you, Joey.
All right.
Oh, God.
And I printed out some lyrics to a song. You may know the artist. Everybody watching, y'all may know who this is eventually. But I wanted Joey to read his portion the best he can, and then I got a song that I'm going to read. So, Joey, if you would, please get into that for us.
Ghost spot, sold out, water boiling, 4 pots, stovetop, 3 rings, 4 chains, earring, blue watch, jackpot. Hit the dealer, unzip the zipper. What's with you? Hundreds, ninja. Want a Benz, want a Beamer, want a Mozzie, want a Rari, want a Fisker, drop head, ranking stead, Maybach, louder red, Rover red, 911, double A, new Challenger, coupe Damager, black Charger, black Chevelle, black on black, brand new ZL1, new dually, super dually, diesel fueling.
Oh, yes.
Shit is low. I need you hoe to come scoop me.
Yes.
Young, never had it. Just imagine. I'm going to let these bitches have it.
Yes.
Get back. Stack it, add it, flip it, match it. Get it with your way the fastest. Need to wrap it? Had to have it. Mathematics. Want a mansion? Rockstar. Marilyn Manson. Diamonds dancing? Ballin' on these bitches, man. I ain't never had shit. I'm ballin'.
Yes, sir.
Bankroll Fresh right
Yes,
there.
sir. Hey, R.I.P. to Bankroll Fresh.
Yup.
He's one of my favorite. Joey, you did an amazing job, bro.
Thank you.
You sounded just like him on there.
Pretty clean.
Pretty clean, brother. You did a good job, man. Golly, man. All right. So let me go ahead and pull mine up now.
Yeah, it's your turn now.
Back in the day, we used to sing this song all the time. It blazed this area by storm.
Anthem.
Everybody knew this song, right? But I was riding and I started to listen and I was like, there's one particular verse that's so daggone disrespectful. I mean, I had to go back and really look at what this man was saying. So See, I'm so tight, these dudes be like, that man got so many hoes. And I know he got clout. Look in his mouth, that man got so many golds. Dudes be telling hoes, they set up that, See, I've been watching you, watching him, you must want to, this, My name alone is known to break up happy homes. No disrespect, dog, but you ain't have no business answering her phone. If your ass wasn't home, me and her could have been getting on. And you ain't been hitting it right, because ever since the night she been hitting my phone, she want a thug.
Wow.
How disrespectful is that? Let's just go back over a few things he said. He said, my name alone has known to break up happy homes.
That's sad.
That's sad.
But kind of nice.
That kind of nice.
I mean,
that man's been out here slaving, paying that mortgage.
Yep.
And you know what his wife's in there doing? God, dog, man. It's a cold world out here. And if y'all don't know, winter's coming. I'm telling you that right now. Winter is coming. He said, no disrespect, dog, but you ain't have no business answering her phone. If your ass wasn't home, me and her could have been getting it on. And you ain't been hitting it right.
Most of them ain't.
Most of them are not.
exactly right.
Most of y'all are not. And I'm going to tell you that right now. Y'all know nothing about dropping y'all's hips lower than hers. And I don't know why, because we learned that a long time ago.
Yep.
Okay? Listen. If you got 6, I can show you how to make it feel like 9. Okay? Right after that, he says, and you couldn't have been hitting it right because ever since the night she's been hitting my phone, she wants a thug. Most of them do. Until he don't want to get up and go to work, and he wants you to take him to cookout to get a tray when you get off work.
Yeah.
How long's that going to last?
Couple weeks.
That Winky ain't going to build your 401k. Tell you that right now. That Winky ain't going to help you retire. I'm telling you. Tell him, Joey. I'm telling you.
Putting money on the 401k, you're putting it on them books.
You put it on them books. I'm telling you. Yeah. So this week I saw a few videos that were hilarious. And I said, let me go ahead and put a few of them together, run them. I want to get you guys' reaction. Weston, can we pull those up?
Turn the fucking Turn the fucking jets on.
So that's the head coach, right, of the Kings, right? He said, turn them effing jets on. What this reminded me of is somebody wanted to foot race me at 37 years old. That's probably what I was like. You know, I'm going to give him my all. Now, his arms is going, but he ain't going nowhere.
Oh, he's putting all that.
Look at him. Look at him.
Turn the fucking jets.
Look how many steps it makes him take.
Yeah.
Turn the fucking jets on.
Turn the jets on, boy.
Fucking jets on.
God, dog. That's hilarious, man.
Turn the fucking jets.
Dedicated, though.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
Give me the meat. Give me the meat.
Give me the
He
meat.
said, give me the meat.
Give me the meat.
Boy, I ain't, goodness gracious, you see that spread?
Is that what you talking about? That
Boy,
spread?
now listen, I told y'all before.
Give me the
When you
meat.
put
That's
2
still-
hands on it
Give me the meat.
and you go east to west, you break that seal.
Give me the meat.
That seal ain't been broke all day. Look what he does with his hands. Placement. Blam. Open it wide.
Give me the meat.
It was
Give
nice
me the
and big and wide. I'm telling y'all, that's a spread right there. Tony, what do you think about that? Get another look at it.
Nah, I'm not saying
No, look at it. Now look at that
I'm
thing.
looking at it. I'm not saying anything
Go
about
ahead and
that.
stand up. Go ahead and stand up. Get in the camera,
Nah,
stand
I don't
up.
want people to get shamed. I'm good on that.
Yeah. Antonio said, boy, that's a Christmas ham. God,
funny as
dog,
crap.
boy. I'd have paid for it.
That is wild.
That's
Yeah, it
hilarious.
is.
That's hilarious. Now,
Now,
most of
somebody
y'all-
needs to ask for
Whoa.
now look at this.
He's part
Whatever
back.
it is, shoot it. That's all I gotta say.
Immediately.
Whatever it is.
Double tap.
Goodness
What
gracious.
is this?
Now, a lot of y'all don't know this. This is in Pulaski, Virginia.
Why?
And a lot of y'all that are selling these dogs talking about, man, I need 5 racks. This is what y'all are producing. I've seen them. Look at that. That looks like a lichen off of Underworld.
Yup.
Don't that look like a
Yup.
lichen off Underworld?
Oh,
$5,000 for that? Boy.
It's like a chimichondra. Or what are those things?
Yeah.
watch when it takes off.
Watch him. Boy, don't you, I'm fast as hell, boy. Boy, get out my yard. Hey, I get A for effort, though.
That
Yeah.
is
Hey,
wow.
ain't that wild?
I think they mix it with the chicken or something.
Bro,
Make them
I'm
legs
sure
are
it did.
up.
Look at the daggone shoulder blades on that fool.
Yeah, it looks like a bat.
Yeah.
Thing ain't.
That is a
playing.
mixture between a pit and a bat. We call that a blit. That's a blit is what that is. Boy, and he's fast. He's
Yeah.
FAF.
Mm-mm.
Fast as fuck, boy. God, dog. Now, can we pause this for 1 second, Weston? There's a lot of people out there. Y'all are nasty individuals. There's a lot of people out there that are freaks, and y'all try stuff you should not try. What you should incorporate is a safe word. Something easy to say. Nothing like Oklahoma. Somebody might forget that, right? Y'all should incorporate a safe word to bring into y'all's bedroom so that y'all don't have stories like this.
And I thought I got one big enough, and he had put it in my booty hole. He's hitting it from the back, and I was like, I think you need to not be hitting it from the back like this. Like, I should be riding, or I should reverse cowgirl, because I feel like it's gonna go deeper. He's up, and I was like, oh my gosh, where did it go? It was lodged in the hallways.
And
of
that's
my
nasty
booty hole.
right there.
We almost had to go to the emergency room, and I was crying. He was like, oh
He said
shit.
I was crying.
I'm bent over, face down, ass up. He's digging in my ass, trying to get it out. I'm pushing. I'm like, the fuck farting. We were pushing. There's dookie
Like,
juice
did he have
coming
like
out.
the light on? Like,
Yes, we're trying to get it out. And then I was
God,
like,
dog.
oh my gosh, we got to go to the hospital. I was crying. I went to the bathroom, and then we just tried one more good time and got it out. It was, I'm done with butt plug.
I mean, that should be. I mean, even if y'all not in a relationship, it should be your bestie forever.
Yeah.
He knows you personally now.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
He
about
knows
you.
your anatomy, literally.
Dude, I had a butt plug, and
So-
I had like multiple
so-
sizes, and I thought I got one big enough.
Obviously, she had a moment where she said, Joey, me and this individual, we're going to try to use a plug.
Mhm.
And not the plug, but a
Dude,
plug.
I had a butt plug, and I had.
And clearly, that went wrong for her.
It did not go how she was
It
thinking.
did not go how she
No,
was
it did
thinking, you
not.
know? And that's what I'm saying. A lot of y'all, not me, because I ain't nasty. I'm not. Everybody knows me, knows I ain't nasty. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff y'all do is illegal if you look up, some of the laws. You're supposed to be laying flat. That's about it. About all y'all do anyway. So stories like this, it amazes me. Because, Tonio, would you ever do something like that?
Nah, I'm good on that.
Nah, I'm good on that play. I ain't using
I might rub on it, kiss on it like that, but I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
You ain't
Anybody
going in
know?
to eat. You ain't going in there to eat.
Look
Look,
at you.
don't knock it, boy. I'm
Hey,
telling you.
Joey,
Got to eat what's on the menu.
hey, Joey goes and gets them groceries, baby.
That's right.
Joey gets them groceries. Now, anybody that knows me knows two things. I like everything just like I like sushi. Ready and raw. Okay? The only way I'm going.
I mean, it's the only way to do it.
Is there any other way?
No.
I am not talking about this.
You don't want to get in trouble.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
He's good on that, ladies and gentlemen. So that's crazy. Like I said, if anybody knows me, I ain't doing nothing like that. But hey, I applaud them for trying. I'm glad she's okay. She didn't have to go to the emergency room and try to explain what happened. So goodness gracious, that's good. I had a friend, speaking of this, I'm going to share something. He met this girl online, right, Joey? And he said, Derek, man, I think I'm going to go meet up with this girl, right? And I said, hey, be careful, right? Usually, we play away games only, right? Never bring, you know what I'm saying? Don't let them know your address. That way you won't get robbed,
Yeah.
right? So some time goes by, a couple weeks. He texted me. He said, hey, brother, I'm going over there tonight. I said, be careful. Go ahead and shoot me the address where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Be smart.
He said, shoot me the address.
Yeah, that way I know where he's at. If she got him in the basement or something, we'll never find him,
He knows where she's at, too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. And I said, go ahead and take a blade with you, some mace, something you can conceal kind of easy. That way she gets wild, get up out of there. He said he gets to the door, goes in, house is really clean, nice, organized. He said she's very meek, looks kind of homely, however you say that, So he didn't think anything alarming, right? So they had dinner, had a few laughs, started watching TV. So he said, you know what? I'm going to up the ante a little bit. I'm going to go and put my arm around her, right? Everybody knows that lean back move.
Oh,
She let you keep your arm there. You're doing good, right? So she said, let's go to my room. He said, oh, okay, let's go. So he's excited. He already knew what time it
yes, he
was,
did.
baby. put them knees back and breathe, girl. You know what I'm saying? So they go to the room. She said, I'd like to tell you something. I have certain fantasies, certain things that I like, and I would like to try some of them with you. He's like, okay, this is kind of racy. I might be able to, dig into this a little bit. He says he looks at the bed. There were 2 perfectly tied spots for somebody's wrist.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Deuces.
Right?
I ain't deucing out, but
okay.
we can negotiate.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
So he's like, you know what? I haven't tried this before. Let me live a little bit. He said, now listen, I'll put my wrist in these things. You can tie them down.
No, I'm not getting tied up.
Right. He said, but if I ask you to let me out, help me get out of it, you have to promise because
she's going to say, yeah, I'm going to
That's a horror movie, man.
Right? He said, because I don't want to spaz out. I get anxiety. He's like, I don't want to get like that. She said, I promise. She goes, it just really turns me on. Right. So she got him, took his shirt off and stuff, laid him on the bed, put his arms in. She said, if you'll give me a minute, I'm going to go and get more comfortable, put something on.
Red flag.
Right?
Nope.
Right then and there, right? So he thought maybe she's going to go put something nice on. She cut the light out in the bedroom. So the only light that was coming through was the light that was in the hallway. He said about 5 minutes later, he sees a shadow coming down the hall. He says he lifts up off the bed as much as he could to look. He said he started from the floor. There was these spiked boots that came up to her knees with 2 spikes that came straight off of her knees, right? Now, mind you, this is like little Molly Homemaker, right? In her right hand was an object that I will not say what it was, but it was well over 9.
Wow.
Okay? He continued to look up. She had a headset on that looks like Maleficent. Remember that movie at Disney?
Yeah.
With the horns? And he said right at that moment, before he could even say anything, her voice changed. It wasn't the meek voice that she had. He said he heard, "Welcome to the Thunderdome."
Yeah, it's game time.
Boy, he said
a demon came out. A demon came out.
He said he screamed, and he said he did like Conan. He grabbed both of the straps and broke her headboard.
I would have been running down the road like Jesus.
Said he snapped her headboard. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. It was one of them cheap IKEA headboards. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. You ain't breaking through that.
I don't know, man.
I can do it.
You ain't breaking through that.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I don't know if
I'll break his table in half. He said he snapped that headboard. It was an IKEA headboard. He said one side went boom. Then he said he used both hands for the other side. He got loose, right? And she said, "Lay down, peasant." She had that big 9 in her hand. He said she lunged at him. He sidestepped her, flew down the hallway, got up out of there. I said, man, this is crazy. This is why you can't trust nobody. She works in HR and she does stuff like this on the weekend. I'd have reported her so fast.
ASAP.
I'd have called my sister. We'd have went back, whipped her ass. I'm telling you.
I don't know if I could have broke that headboard, but I'd have been running like Jesus. Running down the
you're
street
never gonna be able to break
with
that headboard.
attached.
You're stuck.
What would you have done, Joey?
I don't know, man. I would have, like I said, been running like Jesus down the road. As soon as that thing came out, boy, that's a wrap.
Steak and Sauce family, I'm telling you, this ain't no lie. Everything that I'm telling y'all is the truth. Tonio, what would you have done?
I don't know. I don't have a
Do
clue.
you know how bad I would have screamed?
Oh,
That's all you could have done. You're
No.
not breaking the
I'm
headboard.
going to break that headboard.
listen, if the headboard don't break, I'm breaking my wrist.
Yeah, I'd have
Boy,
snapped
I'm out.
something.
Yeah, something.
I'd have chewed my wrist off like one of them animals.
You would have snapped that
Couple-
9 where she wanted it. That's where you going to snap.
I'm telling you right now, she hit me with that 9. I'd have upped my 9 as soon as I saw her next time. How you going to walk in there? He said the shadow on it was that long. What was her plan with that? You know what I'm saying? What did she think she was going to do?
She was going to go to town, boy.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's going to
that-
have some fun with that.
That's not for me. That is not for me. Tonio, you don't think I could have broke that headboard?
Not whatsoever.
Tonio, are you
You're
serious?
chained up. How you going to break it?
Tonio, I am so strong.
You ain't
Tonio,
Hercules.
Tonio.
You see that 9
All right,
coming,
all
you
right,
might
all right,
be
Joey,
real
watch this,
quick.
watch this. When said person, right, years ago, trap me in that bathroom closet, what did you say?
What?
Remember that video? I got trapped in the bathroom door.
No.
You said, "Oh, he turned into the Hulk real quick. Y'all better let him out."
Yeah,
I was
but
gonna
that's
snap
different.
that
Kool-Aid
door.
man.
That,
busting.
yeah,
Right.
I believe you can snap a door, but you're not going to snap a headboard when your arms are chained up. You don't have the momentum or anything to do that.
He kicked his feet like Bruce Lee. You know how Bruce Lee kicks his feet and does that little stand-up thing? That's what he did, and got some momentum and cracked that thing like a cracker.
All right.
Now, if you saw my homeboy, y'all would believe it because he's a monster, right? But in the line of death or fear, the adrenaline that runs through you can make you do some crazy things.
Yeah, it can, but you're not breaking it.
He broke it. It's broke. She don't have a headboard.
I
You
don't
know?
believe him.
She's got to go back to IKEA and get another one, wherever she's at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let you know right now, if you're listening, we know who you are, okay? We know who you are. We know what you're up to. You know, you need Jesus.
I feel like she goes through a lot of headboards.
Yes, yes.
A
She's
lot.
luring people in like this. You need to tell people up front what you're about, all right?
Yeah.
Us common folk, we don't get into all that nasty stuff.
Mm.
We leave that up for you. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy. There is a new wave in online gambling, right?
Or
People have been able to supplement income, to create, you know, other avenues. They use that money that they make to buy real estate, to do different things. Joey, the reason why we wanted your expertise is because yourself and Antonio have been very successful in this realm.
I ain't doing good.
Well, maybe not now, but
we all have our ways.
we all have, you know. I saw Joey posting some of his winnings, and I begged him. I said, please help
Give me a tip. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
give
just
me
need
a
little
tip. Help me. Joey's like, bro, I got you. He's like, I have so many people contacted me. I do this. So can you kind of just give us a little bit of insight to how you started?
It was rough starting out. It is for everybody, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think it's a get-rich-quick scheme. You can just hop in, bet hundreds and hundreds. That is not the way it works.
Right.
I mean, it takes a long time to learn. I jumped in maybe 4 years ago. I wanted to play some bets for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And I got started on that. Made probably, I don't know, $50, $60 worth of bets.
Yeah.
Got destroyed. Lost everything. Didn't do nothing. So I thought there had to be a better way to go about it. So I looked on Twitter, and there's a lot of people that sell picks on Twitter.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, maybe it'll give me a leg up. I might be able to make some money faster this way. And I followed him for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was about 50-50. I wasn't doing a lot. I mean, doing real good. And finally, I asked, just straight up asked him where he was getting his information from. Where can I get the information that you're getting?
Yeah.
And he sent me a couple of spreadsheets and documents.
He had Excel spreadsheets.
Right, this dude was, I mean, he was up on it.
Right.
I mean, it blew my mind. And he told me how to do my money. That's the most important thing. You got to have bankroll management, man. I mean, if you're not betting units, the units that you need to make, I mean, you'll go through all your money. You won't have no money to bet on.
Right.
So then I moved over to DFS. That's, you pick a new lineup every night.
And what is DFS?
Daily fantasy sports.
Okay.
They got for basketball, football, really every sport. And you pick a new lineup every day. And that's really where I'm good at that.
Good at that.
I'm real good.
See, I'm
Right.
I'm good at just regular betting. Like, I know this team's going to beat this team,
Yep.
spread and all that. I don't know how to pick a whole lineup, a fantasy lineup, and win.
I got to a point to where I was still doing pretty good. I was eating on just regular betting. But it's more, I don't know, interesting to me and a lot more work doing daily fantasy. I'll tell you that, man. It is
Right.
a lot
Got
of
to
work.
keep up with everything.
Every single day.
Right. You got to look at the, people that aren't playing, they're getting injured. I have a hard time keeping up with my fantasy league just myself. I couldn't
right.
imagine looking across the whole spectrum and trying to put a lineup together because some people wait, and this is what you told me too. Some of these jokers wait last minute and announce that they're not playing.
Oh yeah, you have
Or they're on the cusp. NBA.
Yep. It's horrible. In the
Horrible.
NBA.
Horrible. Right? What do they call that? What do they call that code when we look on there to see if they may be playing or not?
DNP did not play.
You're probably just talking about questionable,
questionable, doubtful.
Yeah.
Doubtful,
Yep.
and I'm like, man, people, and I know Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're betting on that, right?
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
oh gosh, all these people are going to put in their bets, and
Get
they're going
locked
to pick
in.
on Kyrie to see if he's going to play, but they might let him play in this city, you know, because of the vaccine restrictions. So people are betting putting their parlays and stuff together, and they have no idea if the person's going to play or not, and that throws your whole thing off.
Oh, yeah. And on the opposite side of that, we've caught Vegas a couple times slipping. Like last year, there was a Warriors game, and they didn't know if Poole was going to play or not.
Yeah.
So they went ahead and had his points, like I think it was 17 or 18 over under.
Yeah.
We knew that he wasn't. Well, the rumors were that he wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
And my buddy, he's like, nuke it. Put as much money as you can on it.
Nuke it.
Yeah, he is not playing.
Right.
And boy, we hit, man. And DraftKings tried to cancel it, but there were so many people that had done it, they finally came back around and paid us out for it.
That sounds like the GameStop story.
Yeah, man, that was nice.
Yeah. So you had an inside man on that was like, look, let's go ahead and run this up.
I got a buddy in Colorado, Kevin Rivera, that me and him spend about as much time as I spend with my girl on the phone with him, us going back and forth.
to keep up with it.
Yeah.
Listen, for the NFL, I bet I spend 10 to 15 hours a week. Now, luckily, at my job, I have time
Right.
where I can do that.
What he means by that is at home, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes, in New Mexico. But yeah, so when I was talking to you, you were like, look, bro, I'm going to send you this.
That was a lot.
It was a lot. And I'm going to be honest. I had a rough time being able to learn, navigate, and interpret what you were trying to tell me. And I know you probably got frustrated. Like, is this dude dumb?
No.
Because I really didn't understand all the different things. I had to ask Tony about the over-under and understanding that, understanding how to do spreads and all these things on these parlays. And I felt real bad because I was eating dinner the other night. The waitress came by our table. She looked up at the big screen. She goes, golly, I need him to stay under 40 more yards and my parlay will be straight. I'm like, let me see your parlay. She pulled her phone out. She was like, oh, yeah, I'll be on it. Bruh.
Girls be
Way
hitting.
more complex than anyone that I put in.
Yep.
I felt pretty bad. I'm like, I need to step my game up.
Mm-hmm.
Because here she is. She had one parlay that had a couple baseball games.
Yep.
She had a couple football. She had it just spreads over under. I mean, she had it really mapped out.
Yeah, she's doing it.
A friend of mine recently, and I won't say his name, but he put a pretty substantial bet on like a 7-leg parlay. So there were 7 different bets in that one particular thing. It came down to the last team. He hit for like 14 racks.
Nice.
Big payout,
Nice
right?
hit.
But then he took me to another screen and he said, look, bro, that's my yearly incoming, outgoing, when I'm in the green.
Yep.
And
He's probably breaking even.
right at even.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
hard.
And it's crazy when you look at those figures. Let's say I put in $38,000 this year and I've won $41,000. I'm only up
$3,000.
Yeah,
$3
a couple grand. Yep.
out of everything that I've spent. So, I mean, you really got to look. And what me and Antonio, and the crazy thing is, a lot of people don't know, but all of us went to high school together.
Yep.
We played football together. We played all the sports. You were an outstanding athlete. So were you. I remember Joey coming into practice with a towel hanging. Joey was swagged out.
Yeah, he's straightforward.
He was what position did you play?
Corner.
Corner. Joey was raw. I remember Joey was the only dude that came into school with them Air Max 95s. You remember them?
Yep. Grady's. And I had some red ones too.
You had some red ones. Joey was swagged out. So shortly after we graduated, a lot of you guys started getting into card playing.
Poker.
Texas online, Hold'em. Texas Hold'em.
Yep.
I was a little bit late on that wave too. Tonio had already figured out. We used to go to Tonio's house when we were kids. We'd sit at his kitchen table with his grandmother, rest in peace, love her to death. She'd be there listening to her music. Come on in, come on in. Me, him, Terrence, Chris Means, we'd bring a bag of quarters, whatever we had.
All the change.
Anything
Dollar
we could scrape, Joey, we'd bring it to Tonio's house. I'd walk in with some food little bit of juice. His grandmother say, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. Nowlin.
Bringing your own juice.
Our food ain't good enough for you." She said, So, she always pick on us. I
Yep.
love that woman to death. She be sitting at the table. We'd all get around. We've been playing for like 20 minutes. The pot would get deep. What game would we play?
We played L.
Yeah.
We had so many games.
So many games, right?
Tom.
Whoever.
Quarters
Tom,
at a time.
Yep.
Yep.
Name your game.
Yep.
We hear the door open, like Debo. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes Tonio's uncle, Corey, with just change in his hand. Just shifted it like this.
Cleans up.
He go like this.
He always had his, nail.
Yeah. He had that nail. He go like this. He come in. What y'all playing? Corey, no.
Yeah, we don't want you involved.
Corey, we do not want you in on this because I'd like to go home with something.
Mm-hmm.
He would scrape us. Corey would come in with 75 cents. And somehow, in some way, scrape the whole pot. And I'm like, what is
because
going on?
he was playing games that we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't really understand him, But shout out to Corey out there. Corey's a menace at cards, right? And Corey, just to show you the dynamic of the generations, Corey used to play cards with my dad, with Isaac, with my Uncle Troy. They had some of the biggest card games. I shouldn't say.
Yeah,
they had
no,
some of
right.
the biggest basketball games,
Yeah.
pickup basketball games for a while, and big money, on the
Oh, yeah.
basketball games. So Corey was coming in with a knowledge that we didn't have. But one time I caught him because Corey looked at Tonio's grandmother and winked, and she winked back. So the house
They
was
was
getting us.
running it up. Yeah.
The house was running us up, bruh. And I knew it. I looked at Tonio. Tonio was like,
Yep.
because you already know he going to get a new
Oh
game.
yeah, he's eating no matter what.
He going to get a new game, a little slice of pizza.
Yep.
So I said, dang, bruh, I understand what's going on now,
I remember Chris was in so much debt he had to clean that.
Yeah, his grandmother made Chris clean because he owed so much.
Wow.
Chris,
That's
if
the
you're
move,
listening,
though. That's the move.
that's the move. Chris used to get so upset, he'd have tears in his eyes. He always lick his lips.
Right.
Chris was sweeping. Mad as when he couldn't do nothing. He owed $5,000.
Right.
Chris owed them so much money. I think he just got out of debt this week.
Wow.
But no, shout out to Chris. We love you, bro.
Yeah.
Those are some of the best times of our lives. And I didn't really understand how involved in the mathematics and the probability that goes into this
Crazy.
stuff, which didn't matter to him. Tonio's a genius when it comes to math.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can just compute stuff so fast. So when I went to Vegas the first time, this was probably 4 years ago, I got introduced to roulette, right?
I love it.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
Now, this is not necessarily online betting, but I found out you can do roulette
Yep,
online.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
Worst decision of my life.
Goes quick, bro.
Bruh.
I mean, quick.
I lost 200 at lunch one day
Yep.
with a well-known individual that we've had on this show before, okay? And I really feel like he knew what he was doing. He's like, hey, man, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And, you just cash at me back. You know what I'm saying? I said, I'm not paying your light bill anymore. At lunch, I paid your light bill.
Yeah.
So I hit up Antonio. And I'm like, hey, what was it? Bravada?
Yeah.
Bravada, bro. We can spin right there on our phone.
Anywhere.
Why? I love roulette so much, I have to force myself not to do it. Because once I understood the game, I was like, this is so fun.
It is. A lot.
The last trip we went on to Bristol, I kid you not, and if I'm lying, I'm flying. We had 8 people with us. I think you had a football game or something like that. We'll let you know next time we go.
All right. I was getting ready to ask how it was.
Beautiful.
Nice.
And they're still doing renovations. It's going to be a Hard Rock Cafe.
Yep, I saw that.
But, I mean, what they had already was gorgeous. We get to the roulette table. The first thing that we do as a group, and it's a tradition, everybody puts 100 on black.
Yeah.
We run 100 on black. And no matter what. And most of the time, 8 times out of 10, we hit. So now everybody's coming from 100. Now you got 300, right? Because you just won 200, right?
It was 100.
100. So now you're up. The first time I won 100 on black, there was a trash can next to me at the casino. Ask Brad Foster, ask Zach Nagel. I got so excited, I turned around and jump kicked the trash can. You would have thought I won $1 million. Trash went everywhere. Everybody's looking like
A win's a win.
a win's a win,
Yeah.
bro. So we put 100 on black, and then everybody goes and plays whatever they want to play. We all migrated to this one digital roulette table. The only thing I don't like about that is the countdown how fast it is that they give you to place your chips everywhere on the screen. Quick. You don't have time to really think and do stuff. I kid you not, this is the first time in my life I've seen this. That particular roulette table produced a black 17 times in a row.
Yeah, I remember Corey showing me the screenshot.
Joey.
That is insane.
Black hit 17 times in a row. For
And
everybody
the people
out there.
he's with, they like to chase.
We like to
Listen,
chase.
I was gonna say they would have had to come
Yeah.
escort me out of that place, thinking I was cheating.
Joey.
I'm nuking it every time, boy.
Joey, you're smart. That's what we should have done.
Yep.
We should have nuked it. We should have rode it out. The lady at the table was riding on black. We were like, heck no, red's coming. So you know what we did? We rode red.
Every game.
Bro. We looked up the odds. Corey looked up the odds. It was a 1 in 1.8 million that 17 numbers in a row would be black. And for the Steak and Sauce family, I know y'all are looking. Some people know exactly what we're talking about. Some people don't. If you just Google roulette at a casino,
It'll change your life.
Change your life. It'll break it down for you.
You only need
Good
30
or
seconds.
real bad.
Yeah, good or bad. I was at Mardi Gras Casino in Nitro, West Virginia.
I've been there.
Okay, nice,
Love
really
it. We
nice.
love
Love
it.
it, love it.
Yep.
I get on the elevator. Me and Tonio got up there and we scraped early. I was up 700.
I was up for something.
Tonio was up 4 something. We looked at Zach and then we said, we're getting a burger. We're going to the room,
Yep.
right? Me and Tonio laughing. They're mad. So me and Tonio go up to the room. Tonio was getting his food, I think. I had to go get something. I opened the elevator. There's a man standing, Joey, in the back of the elevator with his face in the corner like he got in trouble.
Done lost the house.
Bro, I'm nervous to get on the elevator, right? Because I'm like, I don't know if he about to spaz.
Uh-huh.
I ain't get on here and you lunge at me or something, right?
Yep.
So I walk on. I don't say anything. I'm very quiet, but I'm looking at him out of my peripheral. He said, how you doing, brother? He hadn't even seen me yet. Right? So I guess the mirror on the back of,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
I said, I'm doing pretty good, sir. How you doing? He goes, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just lost my whole ass down
Yeah, he
there.
wanted to tell somebody that.
He wanted to
He was
confide in
riding it up
somebody.
and down, just waiting.
Joey, he was on the edge. And I wanted to bring him back. I wish you would step up on that ledge, my friend. I will. Yes. Right? So he turns around. The man had tears in his eyes. I felt bad. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason we're able to afford this room tonight is because my wife won a little bit on the slot. And I said, listen, everybody's been up and down. I don't know how much you've lost, but, you know, I hope it turns around for you. And, you know, man, don't internalize it. I said,
Yeah.
man, if you need somebody to talk to, we're all down there, you know, come hang out with us. He's like, man, I appreciate that. I'm pretty down right now. He said, but I'll tell you one thing, Derek, I know my limits. I'm done. I said, hey, man,
That's a lot more than most people.
that's a lot more than most people. Some people don't know.
Story ain't in the.
I'll walk out, no house, no car.
No car. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
You can't pay your side chick's car payment.
Yep.
Now she's threatening to text your wife.
They're repoing the car.
Everything, right? So shout out to my mom, by the way. She said, Derek, if you're going to step out on somebody, you never do it with somebody that ain't got nothing to lose.
That's the
The
truth.
problem is married men, married women step out with somebody single. All they got's an apartment and an ugly ass dog. So when the shit hits the fan, guess what? They straight. You the one losing out, right?
Truth.
So if you gonna slide with somebody, you make sure she got some bands, right? Make sure she got a little hubby.
Oh my God.
You want me to call him? Do you do that with him? Right? Nah, I got sidetracked. He told me he was done. I believed him. The
15
next morning, okay, early, Joey. The very next morning, Tonio, what time did we get to the table? We were
We
waiting.
got up early. We got
Joey,
up
before
early.
they didn't even have eggs on the grill yet. But Joey, before they had
Because we have a tradition where we usually get them to make a table for us before we leave.
Joey, they
Yeah.
know, yeah. Before we leave, tradition, we're gonna hit the
Get your
table
ass
one
out
more
here,
time.
get to work.
Yeah, they had the plastic cover on the wheel locked down. The woman comes over, we're clapping right. Yeah, girl, come on now, open this up, let's go. Something told me to turn around. I look, ATM in the corner. Joey, This man pulled out a stack of
Risking it all.
oh, that was his mortgage. The same dude that told me he was done. He turned around, he looked at me, Antonio, and he went. I was like, dude, you told me you were done. And I know his wife is upstairs asleep.
Yeah.
Dead to the world.
She has no idea he's dipping into their kids' college fund to go back and play more. Y'all been saving this Gerber account since the kids was born.
Oh, they going to community
They're
college.
going
boy.
to
They
community
ain't going nowhere.
No. I saw that. It had me in tears.
Oh.
And wherever you're at, I hope you're doing okay, brother.
I hope you won. I hope you won.
I really do. So, Joey, for the people that don't understand how much research and how much goes into online betting, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are your top 3 sites that you use and that give the best promotions? Because sometimes you'll log on and they'll have a free bet, right?
Yep.
Can you explain what are your top 3 sites and how you look for those promotions and stuff like that?
My top 3 I'd say be DraftKings, FanDuel, and Caesars Online.
Caesars Online.
Yep.
Okay. I've seen now I have seen some people using the MGM.
Yep, that's pretty good.
That
Not
good
bad.
too?
Used it
Yep.
before?
Yeah, I don't like their interface.
All right.
And they don't have a lot of props or anything like that. It's bare minimum.
All right.
But with the promotions, you only get a promotion once when you first sign up.
Okay.
Get your girl to sign up, still get that kickback, but I mean, in your name, that you can only do it once. Usually, you get it's either $100 or $200 in free bets, meaning you can your first however much money you deposit at first, that's how much money you're gonna get in free bets.
Free bets.
Yep.
And can you explain the free bets to these? To
Yeah,
everyone?
it's basically you can bet $1, $5, 10. I mean, you can go all in with 200 if you
Right.
want. You place the bet, that bet will be free. Nothing comes out from your money, but if it hits, you get that money.
Okay.
Then you can withdraw it,
Right. So it's like a safe bet.
basically.
A safe bet. So you're getting those
Well, it's
upon-
like credit.
like a credit.
Credit,
Right.
yep, exactly.
You're getting those basically for creating an account
Yep.
and signing up, right?
And they match you.
And they match you, right? And then once that runs out, it'll be a little while before you log back in and see like a $20 bet.
Right, yep,
Or you opt in, it'll say opt in to a certain bet,
right,
right?
yep.
So I'm still learning this myself. I will say, last year, the most that I hit, and I can share this, we all pulled out our phones and we wanted to see how much we were in the negative, in the positive, or breaking even, right? Most people that were doing pretty good. Last year, I put a bet on, what's his name? Melo making the first shot of the game.
That's
Big
nice,
bet.
Nice
Yeah.
odds,
Okay.
too.
He did. The second part of that bet, they were playing the Hawks in Atlanta, right? And I knew Young was going to go off, right? So the second part of that bet was I did Melo score the first basket again, but the Hawks win the game.
Wow.
So
Real nice odds.
real nice. I put a $20 bet on that. Everything played out. I think it was an $860 payout, $860 payout. So in my history of online betting, that is the most I've ever won at one time.
Nice little lick, though.
$20
in
for
that.
$840.
Yeah.
That ain't
Nice.
bad, right? I went nuts.
I would have too.
I went outside, drug my ass across the grass like a dog. I mean, everything. Right?
Like I told you, the goal is just to make another check.
Yeah, you're right. Tonio
Another check
tells
at
me
the
all
end
the
of the
time.
week.
Yep.
Tonio tells me, stop doing these $10, $15, $20. He said, listen, get the money so we can rebet it, right?
That's the whole goal.
Don't get your money and go buy sweaters. Right?
Yeah,
Tonio?
then ask me where it at.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Don't go get your re-up money and buy Christmas
Yeah,
sweaters.
that's exactly.
Because we ain't going to be able to do nothing. And then I'm asking you where the money's at. Yeah. That's a story for another day. Yeah. Yeah. So, Joey, when you're doing these bets, you've done all the research, you've looked online, you're seeing who's injured. A lot of people have been so successful with these online bets that they've they've been able to either, one, dial back the amount of hours they're working each week. Number two, have a second form of income.
Yeah.
Right?
That's me, yeah.
That can take care of a lot of bills or savings. And the thrill of it, understanding the algorithm, right? Because it is like an algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you say is a downside to online betting and being able to take the ups and the downs? Like, what would you say is one of the hardest things to get over and help you stay motivated to keep betting?
Bankroll management, man. I go back to it every time.
Right.
If you don't know how to manage your bankroll, then you will not last long.
Right.
You will just burn through an insane amount of money.
Right.
Most people, they'll load up $10 or $50 at a time and then put that straight on one bet. Can't do it like that. I mean, I guess you could, but long-term success-wise, you're not going to do good like that.
Right. So if I uploaded $50,
right,
what would be your method to do with that 50?
I do it by units. You do it like that? You have units? I'll have, if I'm not very comfortable with the bet, like if I see one, I like these odds, I'm going to put a little money on it. That'll be 1 unit.
Okay.
1 unit is 10% of your overall bankroll.
Okay.
So you got $50 in there.
$5.
$5 a bet.
Okay, so you're breaking it down even further.
Yeah, that progresses. Like my max bet is a 5 unit, which with my bankroll, that's $50 bankroll. Let's say that'd be
okay. Got you. 10% of
Yep.
Right. So you're doing that so that you know, hey, a 10% of 50, I'm gonna roll 5. Now, how many units would you play in one night? So one bet, maybe a $5 bet on a parlay.
right.
How many $5 parlays are you running?
I never go above 30%.
Of your overall that you put in.
However much you have in there. That way, I always have money put away. Because you might see later in the night, you might find something that you overlooked. You want to put another bet in. You've already spent your bankroll. You can't do that.
See, I see what you're saying now, because if I looked in there and I had $13, but I know I need 30 to spread, I'm going to throw another 20 in, not realizing that the initial bet that I put in there is already on parlays.
I tell people to put however much money you want to spend for the season. Like if you only want to bet $100 for the whole season, that's usually not enough. But if you want, let's say you want to spend $500, put $500 in there at the first. That way you don't have to keep going back, putting money in, or if it gets a little bit low, you're like, well, I want to put more. You already got it there.
Right.
That way, that overall number, you're 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, you know what you're working with the whole time. You don't have to worry about putting no more money in anything.
So we're making one deposit that's already been thought out. We've allocated this money for the year. And I could see how that's easier to track, because it's so easy to go in there and load $50 every couple of days.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh my God.
And you have no way of keeping up with how much you've won, how much because you're always just loading money up.
Right. And I would say I would load like $20 because I know that night I'm going to do 3 parlays of $5. So I kind of do what you were doing, but just a little bit different. I think on a scale, you already figured out what you had for the year, and I didn't project that far. I was doing more of a week out. This is what I
a lot more money.
A lot more money. Yeah. Right now, you taught me something today, right? So I think the last bet the other night, I bet $13 and won like 60. Yeah. Those smaller and the reason why I get so agitated is because I know other people are hitting larger bets and they post it and they see it. And I'm like, man.
That's 1 in a million.
Yeah,
you gotta think about
but how much
that's
have
why
they
I try
lost
to tell you,
that
take
point?
them small chunks. It's going to add up.
Right.
You'll go broke doing that, chasing those.
Right.
I call them bankroll builders. Like, bet $5 on something, you might win 15. You tripled your money.
Yeah. Right.
That's how you eat. You're going to eat off those small little bets like that where you just double or triple your money. You do that all year, tripled or doubled your original amount of money. And that's a win for anybody.
That's a win for anybody, because where else are you going to get that type of percentage?
That's exactly
not in a savings account.
Yeah.
No.
Not in most investments, not that high. Where else can you put $5 in and an hour later, without moving your body, pull out 30?
And everybody likes to go fishing. everybody wants to hit something big, nice.
A big
So-
old largemouth.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Right.
Pike.
Yep, the pike.
Big boys.
Yep.
Do that every once in a while. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that.
Right.
I mean, every now and then I'll throw 50 on something that I'm super confident, but I don't do that all the time.
You would even tell me, hey, bro.
Joey
Joey
Yep.
would text me and say, hey, I'd throw a little bit at this,
Mhm.
but where you feel comfortable. Joey would say, now the next bet, push it.
What's your favorite sports to bet on, and what's your best sports to bet on?
NFL and NFL. I eat.
NFL?
This is
Mine's is usually baseball and soccer. Soccer is so
Antonio,
easy.
I think-
Like World Cup.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Tonio eats on soccer.
all right.
I love
There's
soccer.
not a lot of people that bet soccer, which
Yeah, I
makes
know,
it
right?
better if you know. Vegas, there's not as many people that are betting it, so they're not as eagle-eyed on that. So if you're good at soccer, you can kill it. Same way at the NHL.
Yeah.
There's just not as many
I
people
don't bet on
betting
hockey
it.
that much.
Yeah.
But I will bet on baseball. I like to bet on the pitcher. If they got a great pitcher
me
up,
too.
I'm going to bet on him.
Definitely.
First
Antonio-
five.
Yeah.
In baseball, depending on the pitcher, I'll bet the first five because starting pitcher's going to cover the first five.
Yeah,
innings.
yeah.
Those are the easiest bets in the world, I think. I
Right.
mean, if
As long as you got a great pitcher on the mound, I believe
and
in
for
him.
5 innings, that they're going to cover 5 innings just about. So you
Right.
can look at the pitching matchup, and I think those are one of the easiest bets, to be honest.
Right.
I believe so too.
And you got to be a risk taker, right? Speaking of risk takers, when I was in Vegas, I didn't understand the 00 taking it back to roulette, right? I didn't understand the odds on 00. There's a gentleman in a suit, right? Hair slicked back, nice suit, tailored.
Well,
He was putting a few $1,000s every spin on 00. Now, while I was at the table, I think we went through 6 or 7 spins.
Right.
He finally hit on the 8th or 9th one. Now, what are the odds on 00?
I think it's 1 out of 36 or 37.
36 to 1.
It depends on if you're playing European or American roulette.
Gotcha. He hit. And he looked at me and nodded his head and walked away. Yeah, that's great, buddy. But how many people can lose 10,000?
Yeah, you lose 10,000, but
Right.
once you hit, if you put 1,000 on there, that's 3,600.
Right. Drake recently was playing roulette. His bankroll that he was playing with was like 9 million, something crazy in the corner.
Yep.
He put a few chips on the corners. He was playing the corners of the number, right?
Right.
He put a few on the individual number, another 36 to 1 odd. He hit 12 million plus one roll. And to him, he's like, that's what we needed. What do you mean that's what we needed?
Yeah. Well,
What?
He's in it for the thrills just like you are.
Yeah, I am because I love it. Now, Steak and Sauce family, if I will kick a trash can for $100,
oh Lord,
what do you think I'd do for 12 million?
I'm going
I
to
know,
jail
right?
probably.
I'm going to jail. I'm telling you,
Wow.
I am going to jail.
No, I'm not going to jail. I'm going to get my money, and I'm leaving.
No, I mean, literally, after I
Yeah.
get my money,
They better escort me out, too.
I just spread my feet as wide as they go.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. It ain't over. It ain't over by a long shot. 12 million. His money was up like 19 million at that point. They were still playing. That's amazing to me. And he's playing with money. That ain't nothing to him for Drake to double up like that. But imagine like if he does that a few times a year.
Oh yeah.
That's his publishing check right there.
Like Floyd Mayweather.
Yes, he bets crazy.
He loves it.
Yep. I mean, his slips. I mean, they're $1 million slips.
Have y'all seen the guy who gambles? He's covered in tattoos.
I know who you're talking about. He plays
Long
that,
black hair.
Yeah, he plays. Damn, what's that game called? He taught little baby how to play it,
Yeah,
too.
he taught what is it?
I don't know.
Craps or it starts with a B.
I really
I don't
don't
know.
know.
But when he goes into a casino, they give him a limit that he can bet because it's astronomical numbers.
Yeah, he's a
He's a
shot
whale,
caller.
He's a shot
Yeah.
caller. He gets a penthouse. The security ramps up when he comes in. They put him at a certain table. He's already talked to everybody. He's got his money in a bag. He's got some big dudes with him. He is there to play. I think that he was on No Jumper podcast.
Yep.
He was talking about his winnings and stuff like that. And he was talking about how many times he's caught big name casinos trying to make sure that he lost.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's been banned for casinos too for winning so much.
For winning so much, you know? And I just think that game, obviously the house is taking in a lot more than they're paying out. They don't,
Oh, yeah, of course.
you know, they don't mind to pay out every now and then. Because Shirley over on the slot machine has put 10 grand in on a Saturday,
Yeah.
smoking cigarettes
Yep.
and drinking iced coffees. So they don't care
No,
because
yeah.
she's going to keep loading them,
Right.
chasing that dragon
Every day.
every day. So when I think about on the scale that this has reached, everybody in our immediate friend group is involved in some type of parlay every day. We'll even text each other, what you running? Tonio sent me a screenshot the other night, 3 different parlays, right? I put 2 in. I didn't have time to put the last one in, right? I said, you hit? He said, hell no, right?
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Because Boston, not Boston, it was Brooklyn.
Brooklyn
screwed me.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this with you. When you give people picks, I never hit when I'm like trying to help people out.
Yeah, if I give you picks or I show you a pick, I'm going to lose.
See, that's how I am.
So
I
that's how
usually
you
try
try-
to keep it
that's
to
how-
myself
Yep.
just in case I do hit because I don't have that luck to
No,
just.
I'm horrible about it. I
Yeah.
mean, horrible. Now I'm okay with DFS. That's different.
Right,
But
right.
just betting, if I already know it's gonna lose.
Right.
I
If
mean,
you
I
share
might
it
as well
with
try to
somebody.
hedge it. Yeah, I might as well try to hedge. So
You know, he might try to hedge.
Uh-huh.
I know Joey would he would send me something and he'd be like, here you go. And he'd shoot me out something.
mm-hmm.
And well, you're right. Those will be the ones that you may not hit, that we may not hit on.
Well, my problem on them parlays was I put Brooklyn in all 3, and they cost me in one of them.
Right. So you got 3. You
So
got 3
they're all
parlays.
done.
They're
you
all
got
done.
you got Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons, and you can't beat Toronto.
Right.
Like,
come on now. One night.
Yeah, but Ben though.
Yeah.
Ben.
I don't care. Who does Toronto have?
Right. The only
You're at home.
Drake. They got Drake. They got Drake. The only time I ever wanted to fight a professional player in my life, I had a stupid parlay built with Curry in it, right? Curry needed 3. 3 3-pointers. He makes 27 when he's warming up, throwing them behind his head from the bleachers.
I remember you sending me that because the next game he had like 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Was this in the playoffs? Was it in the playoffs?
Yes.
I know the game. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Joey, my
Yep. I know exactly.
Steph needed a measly punk ass 3 3-pointers. That is 9 points. You know how many threes he had that game? 1.
I was gonna say it was none or one.
Steph, you cannot tell me somebody didn't reach out to his phone from Vegas and say, look at these bets we've got put in on
We
you
got
in these
your daughter.
parlays.
We got your daughter. Don't make no more.
We got you on the backside. You scrub this, put up 1 3, everybody loses. You know how much money they took in on that?
A lot.
Steph Curry made 1 3 the entire game. I was so mad. I was going to pack my bag. I was going to Golden State.
And the crazy thing is, I think he still had like 30 points.
Yes, he
game,
had
too.
30. He had mad
Yep.
points, mad assists in other areas. If I'd have broke that down and had him have a double-double or whatever, player points. 1 3. It blew everybody's parlay that night out of the water. Because I was like, what? I kept logging back on to see if it changed. Because you sent me that app, the Score app.
Yep.
So I'm constantly uploading it. You know, the people in the comments like, you dumbasses, ha, ha, ha. They're laughing at us, right? Because they bet the other way.
Uh-huh. Who picks that? Who picks Steph Curry under
Yeah, I know.
threes,
under
though?
on threes. That's his bread and butter.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's like,
Crazy.
I mean, come on, man.
Putting up 10 a night.
I know. Easy.
Blindfolded. He don't even look at the ball. They inbounds the ball. He turns and launches it.
Turns
I
around
said-
before it goes in.
I said, Steph, I like you, man, but you did me in on this. Like, I could have won big.
Yep.
I called my dad. I called everybody. I just couldn't stand it. I was up all night. Like, I could not believe that he only made 1 3. I could have made more threes in that game than he did. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, man.
It's crazy how that works.
And stuff like that kills me. Like when it's super obvious,
Yeah.
I mean, that you know it's going to happen, and then.
It wakes me up out of my sleep. at
Me
night.
too. Yep.
Yeah, it really
me
does.
too.
It really
You're
does.
sitting there like, damn you, Steph.
I'll be sleeping.
Yeah.
Check your phone again.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah.
Game's over. You still refreshing.
You know what hurts my heart more than anything? I tell myself, Derek, do not look at the bets, right? The bets you have placed. I'll log back in. I don't see nothing in that queue. You know what that means? Them bets is cleared.
Yeah.
So then I get in there, and I'll see green check, green check, green check.
Last one.
Red X.
Yeah. It hurts. It does burn.
Bad.
With my DFS,
Yeah.
you got like halftime. I used to try to wait till halftime to check to see. And now I've got to the point where I don't even open it. I'll stand there, open the app, and then I'll turn my phone away, and I'll walk and pace 15, 20 minutes.
Before you
trying
pick it
to
over?
work up the courage to look it up and see it. And then
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to do it. I'll wait till the fourth quarter. Do the same exact thing, and then I'll finally check it.
Right. My dad and Dante, my brother, they'll be talking to each other, and my dad will get so mad. Jalen, show me how to put this. Hey, what you got? You know, and my dad's trying to put everything in, you know. Well, one time, I think my brother or I put the wrong team to win for baseball. It's the Yankees or something like that. If it would have been reversed, he'd have won big. But we put the wrong, I don't know what we did. My dad went outside, started the lawnmower at 9 o'clock at night, and just rode and just rode around the yard. He was so mad.
No.
Joey, he started the lawnmower and rode around the yard with the
Super
blade lifted up,
soft.
just riding. I said, "Get off of there! What's wrong with you?" No.
Trying to meditate.
He
Yep.
had to stay cool
We
because
saw.
he was gonna kick one of them dogs in the house. You know what I'm saying? And my dad's a diehard Dallas fan.
How about them Cowboys?
Me too.
How
That's
about
right,
them
baby.
Cowboys? You know
Eagles.
what I'm saying?
Exactly right.
I mean,
Eagles over there.
Hey, we got somebody in
showed
the
up. I was
Eagles
salty
up
when
here.
I got here.
Yeah.
Saw it. I was
We
like,
got
I don't even-
somebody in the building right now.
Yep.
Weston, I think the term is fly, Eagles fly. And you know what? They've been flying.
They have.
They have. We got to give it to them. My dad was on the edge of the couch, and he didn't know we had our phones out. So he said, "Come on, Dallas. Come on, baby. Hell yes." My dad ran up to the TV. His nose was an inch away from the TV.
That's me.
Screaming. My stepmom has PTSD because she'll be on her phone on TikTok or whatever. It'll be silent for 5 minutes. Dallas does something, my dad's blood pressure goes through the roof. He's screaming. She's scared. She's twitching. She don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She'll say, "Tracy," and he'll say, "Hey, come on." You know, he's yelling. I'm telling you right now, my family is split. You go to my grandmother's house, she's sitting under her big ugly blanket watching the Steelers play. I bought her a Steelers lamp and everything.
Half Steelers, half Cowboys.
When I was little, my mom liked the Redskins. Well, the Commanders. What are they, the Commanders?
Yeah.
That's more appropriate to say, right? We had a Super Bowl party or some type of party. The Redskins won. My mom was going around the house with the broom singing, "Hail to the Redskins," and she was poking my dad with the broom. My dad got so mad, he made everybody leave. My family.
Yeah.
People wasn't even eating yet. Everybody get the hell out. Reminded me of Martin. You know Martin, he kicked everybody out. Get to stepping. My dad kicked everybody out. And then he said we wasn't having no more Super Bowl parties because my mom was parading around the house singing "Hail to the Redskins." I mean, people take this stuff seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My girl won't watch it with me.
will not.
She, won't come over. Nothing. She
Right.
stays away until the game's over.
See, and the funny thing is, you might have seen the episode. Tonio was asking me about certain players and what team they play on. Weston was
I do.
laughing.
Yep, I remember.
And I just want y'all to know that was for this show.
Yeah, right.
We create content on here, Joey. That wasn't real.
Mm-hmm.
I
Lies
knew
you
what to
tell.
say.
Uh-huh.
I know where these boys is at. I know where daggone
Yeah, think of somebody. Go ahead, think of
DJ
somebody.
Metcalf.
DJ.
I know where Metcalf is at. We did that on the show so people would think that I didn't know where these people was at.
Oh, okay.
The score, Weston had it up. It said 0-5. It was really 5-0.
So who's the Commanders quarterback right now?
Joe Montana. My bad, Warren Moon.
Both of those would probably be a better answer,
Better
than what
answer
they
than
got.
what I was
Yeah.
going to say, you know? So not only am I learning players as we go, right? My fantasy thing, My kicker's already got me 70 points for the year. He
Yep.
gets 16 points a week. He goes off.
Oh, yeah.
And if I showed you his picture right now, you'd say he's not in the NFL because he looks like he builds computers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But me just learning and the knowledge that you guys have of sports, it makes it even funnier when I don't know what you guys know. There's certain sports that I do know people like college wrestling. Like I name names, y'all be like, who? That's just something that I'm into.
Hey, I would
right?
do nothing.
Right. If I could bet on college wrestling, I'd be a freaking millionaire.
You can.
Can you?
Listen, I've bet on Little League Baseball.
Degenerate stuff,
Yeah,
right?
He said Little League Baseball.
Honestly,
Right.
It's true. It's a true story.
And
It's
it ain't
true.
Little League because half of them jokers got beards.
Yep, they do. I won, but that's beside the point.
Right? Right. So, Tonio mentioned something earlier about teasers in online betting. What is that?
You can buy points.
You can buy points.
Buy points. So say the spread is Cowboys +6. You can buy up to, I think it's up to like 5 or 6 points. So you can make it +10. So that
If they go over +6.
No. It gives you 10. It gives you 6 points. So if the spread is +4, you take that +6 and add it to your team. It got to be a parlay. So that means every game that you pick, you got 6 points.
Oh.
So that means Dallas plus the 3 plus the 6. So that's 9. That gives Dallas 9 points. Then you got like Giants plus whatever or minus whatever, and then you could flip it and make it a plus. So if it's like the Giants -3 and you take that 6, it would make Giants +3.
Right.
So that means that Giants can lose up to a field goal.
Right. Look at Joey. Now, one of them, Tiki or Ron Dane plays for them, don't he?
Yeah. When we was in high school.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true. I forgot all about Ron Dane.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's super. So, are you buying points more often now?
I believe so. I think it's the best way. If you're doing a parlay and you're doing the spread, I think it's the best way if you can buy points. It helps out. It helps out a lot.
It's kind of like an alternate spread.
Alternate spread. Now, Zach, unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but he's another guy that is
He's big on roulette.
Big on roulette. Very knowledgeable about sports. And Zach, I won't say that because I don't want to put his business out there. But excuse me. When we were chasing red at that table, I've never seen somebody so determined in my life.
Oh yeah, he's gonna chase because he usually hits big.
He usually
too.
hits big, Joey. I've never seen somebody more determined.
Gonna make it hit.
He's gonna make it. Now, 20 minutes before we had this streak of black numbers, we hit on I think it was we put a couple $100 on 11, and at the last second, Zach put in more money on an individual number. We wound up hitting, but it was 5 of us that went in. So the group won $1,800. We went nuts.
That's it. Yeah.
We went nuts.
I would have too.
The payout, everybody got their payout. We took some back to make the next play. So as a group, that's the most that we've hit at one time. And we have a little strategy to help us, do that kind of stuff. When me and Tonio ran up the roulette table in West Virginia, they almost were going to make us change tables.
Well, they bring in other people.
They brought in other people.
Uh-huh.
We won't say her name, but this woman distributed some chips that she should not have. Joey,
they took her off
I don't know
immediately.
what
I
happened.
bet they did.
At the end of it, everybody's got their chips and she's counting, she's matching the stacks. Well, I think she forgot what she was doing. It was $800-900 on the table in chips, and everybody else is looking at each other like, "Whose are those?"
Uh-huh.
Tonio, you would have thought that I was going for a catch. He jumped over my shoulder.
I don't blame him.
Everybody's hands it was like hungry hippos. Everybody's hands all over the table. Joey, we scraped them back. She turned around. She was like, "Everybody good?" We're like, "Yep."
I don't blame. I would have been the same
Joey.
thing. I would have been crawling over people.
The eye in the sky saw
Behind the sky
Yep.
saw it. 5 seconds later,
Oh,
She was
he came and got
gone.
it.
She was gone.
Wow.
probably gone for good.
Did y'all keep the money?
Yes.
Oh, that's all that matters.
It was already in our hands.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
She already paid
already
everybody
paid
yeah,
out.
you're done. You're good then.
The dude leaned over and said something in her ear, and I saw her face. I felt bad. Like, "Hey, I'll give you $200 because they about to walk you out." You know what I'm saying?
Gonna work that off forever.
Ever.
Yep.
the eye in the sky saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when me and Antonio looked at each other, we like, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. And ain't nobody claiming it.
I would have been crawling over.
Yeah.
Bruh, it was wild. Do we even know what she did? Why did she?
I don't know. Somebody must have hit and she just messed up.
She messed up. She missed, man.
But we had a group. We had 8 or 9 of us.
We did.
And then when we started hitting, because we hit big.
We did hit
like
big.
You said, you was up 7 something.
I was up 700.
Oh, boy
something.
was up 800.
Right.
I was up 4. Everybody was up.
Right.
And then that's when the other group came in because we started making noise. And that's when everything
There's these
started
country
going.
dudes that came in. They were drunk.
Chaos.
And they were like, what y'all boys doing? You know what I'm saying? We're like, man, we bet. And he's like, I'm playing what he's playing.
Yeah. And he started hitting. Then his
He
group.
started hitting, and then his group came, Joey.
Also, she was overwhelmed.
She was overwhelmed. They were definitely putting out more money in earnings to us than the house was taking.
Yeah.
Crazy.
For sure. His group came over with 6 or 7 guys. Then their girlfriends came over. Then other people were seeing us win.
That's why they was paying attention. On.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, bro, look at this crowd.
We got sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
We got so many people. We got one guy watching this table, one guy watching this
We're
table,
all watching,
one
Joe.
guy watching slate. So if it's like 4 reds in a row,
everybody's like this. Woo, 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 woo.
put black on this
Yeah,
side.
and we're running 100, 200. Put black. All right, give me 100 on that table,
So
Joe.
y'all
We're
had the
running
whole
everywhere.
thing. Yeah, y'all had
This is
it
all we
going.
do. And they hate it. But
Oh,
I
I
mean,
bet.
we're not doing nothing wrong.
Yep, that's
We
right.
just post somebody up at each table. The dude was so drunk, he leaned over in my face, like 2 inches from my face, and he said, you better be right. I wanted to say, mother, I'm running this up.
Hey,
Yeah.
everybody tell you to put
Anybody
it up
tell
on
you
there?
put your chips down?
Right.
You know? He went to put a chip on the table, Joey, and turned his hand with his beer at the same time. I said, oh, gosh. That boy's hurting,
Yep.
right? Now, they probably got up a couple $100 just while we were standing there. We kept winning. He was saying, he can't lose. He can't. I was like, bro, chill. Chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we had this thing locked in. That was the most fun I've had
Yeah, it was crazy.
in a while.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Because you got up to the room. You got up to the room. And was like, I won y'all $800.
Yeah, everybody was mad. What was everybody mad at me for?
Because boy got up like 800. He
This-
called his girls like, baby, we're good. We're doing good.
We're doing good.
An hour later, he was like,
flat.
baby, I lost it all.
Yep, that's what always does it.
all.
When you try and start running your mouth off,
Yep.
and you,
Because he's like,
threatened me.
yeah, he's like, let me have $50. He's like, I don't want to put my hands on you.
Joey, I forgot all about that. We're in the room.
He said, I don't want to put my hands on you.
He asked everybody. He said, can I borrow $50? We said, you was just up 800. What happened to you? He said, I'm flat. Called his girl, had her hype. She's all juiced. Yeah, brother, you soft. He asked one guy, so let me borrow 50. The guy was very honest. He said, I don't feel comfortable loaning you $50 and you're down 800.
Yeah.
Not negative. Well, yeah, negative, but
No, he was probably down like 3 or 4
3 or 4,
because we
right.
got up so much.
we got up. And I'm helping Joey. This guy's playing the same thing I'm telling him to play. First set of numbers, last set of numbers, odd, even, this, that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He looks at me. He said, big dog, you got me? Now, I know this guy.
Yeah.
I ain't going to say his name. And I said, man, he said, man, you just won. he counting my pockets now. And I said, hold up. I started this barbecue shit.
That's
No.
exactly right.
And Antonio's crying, right?
I imagine I would be.
Now,
too.
old boy had been drinking a little bit, right? So he felt like he had put another 50 pounds on his body. And he looked at me as serious as he could. And he said, bro, lend me that money. He goes, big dog, I don't want to have to put my hands on you. And he folded his arms across his chest. He said, I don't want to have to put my hands on you. Now, when somebody tells me they going to put their hands on me,
Whole situation
the
changes.
whole situation changed. My hands itch all week when I walk around waiting to pop somebody in their head, right?
Yep.
You just took it to another level. You want to cause me physical harm because I won't give you money?
I ain't feeding your habit, bro. You just sit in the corner of the elevator.
He's $160 soaking wet. Joey,
Hey.
this man told me he was going to, the way he said it, he was dead serious. He said, I don't want to have to put my hands on it. He was confident in his answer. Like that was going to work for him.
Shit.
Oh,
I don't
my-
want to have to. So basically, that's the only option I have right now.
Yeah.
Give you money or you put your hands on it. So everybody in the room is crying. Like, Antonio can't breathe. Zach is hyping it. You know, oh, he said he's going to put his hands on you. And I looked at him and I said, chill.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right? Because I'll break your chest up like a cold. And he was dead serious. He stood up again and he called me over towards the closet. And he was like, listen, that was a little disrespectful.
Yeah.
I was out of line a little bit for that. He goes, but once again, I feel that you should be able to give me that because I don't want this to go bad for you.
Oh man,
I couldn't believe what he was saying. Like, you don't want it to go bad for me.
he don't have. It ain't gonna go how he.
It
thinks
ain't
it's
gonna go how you think it's gonna go, Playboy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That's the first time I've been threatened
That's pretty good.
to give somebody some money to bet. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me into my next point. There's a fine line between a hobby and addiction. Right?
Yep.
On all the sites that we go on, I'm not making fun of it,
The 1-800 number.
but it'll prompt us with the
Bro.
800 number, right? And I know that some people probably have needed to call that, especially the guy that had his nose in the corner of the elevator that told me he lost his whole ass down there on that floor.
Yep.
Joey, how do you make that determining factor to where you say, and I know the bankroll, you manage the bankroll,
Right.
other people that you help, other people that you mentor, have you ever came into a situation where you're like, look, this is his hobby, or this man might be
Oh, he's slipping. Yeah.
Slipping
yeah.
bad.
There's
Okay.
a couple guys that I know that I have tried very hard. Like, listen, man, you were going way too hard. You need to sit down. This is not working out
right?
like you think it is. And I mean, they would go, I know how much money they make. I work with them.
Okay,
So when you talking about making these bets or sending me screenshots of these bets, you ain't gonna pay something this week. This ain't working out. You need to slow. You need to calm down for a minute, man.
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So
And I mean, it just depends who the person is.
Right.
Some people just don't care.
don't care.
They don't have the mindset.
No, they don't. They don't think about it like they should be thinking about it. This is a money making. You're not chasing a high here. You're here to make money.
Right.
This is like a second job.
Right.
And I mean, I know some people are different. They're just just playing and everything. But if you're acting like it's a job and you're going crazy like that, you talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody because
Yeah.
it might get out of hand for you.
Yep, real quick.
And I know that we spend money on what we want to, and I know this is it's the thrill that
It
you
is.
chase. It's fun, and especially with you two guys, the amount of research because you guys are really looking in depth to these players. We're projected to do this. He's projected to do that. Oh, I know Najee Harris will get me whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the players.
Right.
You know, and obviously I just blew y'all's mind because I just named a current player. Right. Right.
Team does he play you on?
Right. Najee Harris is for the Steelers, right?
Ooh, wow.
He showed up
Wow.
on time and he got that correct.
Hey, ladies, steak and sauce family.
Wow.
I showed up on time today for work right here. And I know who Najee Harris plays for because I got him on fantasy.
There you go. That's why.
Right.
I got you.
But it does help me learn.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I have felt at times that I was teetering on, maybe I should dial that back a little bit. Not as much money as I was putting in, but my units per
You
bet.
ever feel that? You need to fall back.
Fall back,
That's
right?
all. That's how
Just to
I-
separate it. Maybe
Yep.
not a $20 bet on here, but maybe a $5 bet.
Right.
You know, and looking at that. So I thought that I was kind of, man, Joey, when me and my buddies pulled up our phones, I'd only bet like $1,600 on the year.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Nothing.
No, that's.
but
not
I was
all at all.
positive like 300 in earnings.
Good.
Some jokers pulled up their phones. I'm like, that's a diesel truck. Now,
Oh.
they still may be in the green 2,000, but you got to pay to play.
That's a lot of money to be up just 2,000.
You just to be up $2
Yeah.
grand,
Yeah.
right? That's a lot of transactions back and forth. Real quick, what is the point of which or where when you start getting taxed from these companies?
Can't remember. You'll get a W-2
Okay.
no matter what, I think.
Right.
I can't remember when I first started out at what point I got a W-2. Like, last year was my biggest. I paid taxes last year, man. I mean, I paid a lot of taxes last year.
Gotcha.
It
So
was
you had a good year.
It was my best year ever.
Best year ever. Okay.
And I mean, 40%. I want to say.
Okay.
40% of your winnings.
Yeah, but I can't remember. It might be 30. I can't remember exactly how much.
Does it matter what
but,
state you're in?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm about to say.
As far as I know, I shouldn't have said oh yeah because I've only played in Virginia as far as DFS goes. But I would say that it would be different each state.
Gotcha. Okay. So definitely, if you reach a certain amount, they're going to kick you a W.
I think it's over $1,000.
$1,000.
You're going to get W-2 for it.
All right, gotcha. Weston, how we looking on time? Okay. Oh, okay. So, Joey, we thank you for being on here today.
Thank y'all. I appreciate
sharing
it.
your knowledge. We've had an amazing time. It don't even feel like we've been here this long.
Oh.
This is episode 12, Joey. We're rolling right along.
Yes, you are.
We want you to come back. We'd love to have you back, man.
Yeah.
Love to see you. It's been great seeing you catching up.
Good to see y'all.
Yeah, man,
Right.
for sure.
Been a
Tonio,
long time.
as always,
Long
Weston. This has been episode 12 of the baddest podcast in the land, Steak and Sauce Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Derek Nowlin, my co-host,
Antonio Clavin.
and we got
Yaker.
Joey. If you want to put out some of your social media, if you want to plug it, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine.
My girl would kill me. So
Okay,
I will
we
pass.
won't do that. Never mind. No problem. We want to continue to shout out Twins Pizza at 125 Broad Street in Dublin, Virginia. Please go patronize them. They have amazing food, amazing service. We want to thank the man behind the fence on Home Improvement, Mr. Weston. You can follow him at carmack.media on Instagram. We also like to thank Scott Bunn. Continue to support him. If you have not hit that subscribe button, please hit that button for us. We thank you guys so much. We cannot do this without our supporters, without the Steak and Sauce family. So please continue to support us. We thank God for giving us the gift to be able to do this today and giving us the creative gene, the creative bug that we have to be able to do this. So we thank him for that as well. Until the next time, you guys be blessed. Right quick though, before we head out, who wants to rock, paper, scissors for $5?
I'll do it.
All right. So
How do you do it?
now this is how I do
Do
it.
you say shoot?
I do rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
And on shoot, we drop.
All right.
So we going best 2 out of 3?
Everybody?
Yep. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm up. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You bitches.
Ooh. I got one more, and that's it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. So is he out now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. It's me and you, right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You got me.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank y'all. This has been Steak and Sauce Podcast, episode 12. I just beat these fools for $5. Holla at your boy. Till next time.
Holla.